Alright guys, been a while since I've been making some videos here. I'm gonna try to get started back up here anyways. And like I said, today we're working on a Deutz, whatever you want to call it. This is a Jarratt is what this is. It goes here and it cuts the trees, you know, for the power lines as they go down through there. But anyways, we got a cracked cylinder on this one here in the very back here. It's shooting fire plumb outside there. And I've been taking all the panels and stuff off. This boat here is already missing. I don't know where it's at, but that boat there's gone. But we got to take all this right here apart just to get to it. And you know, I know some people, they think, oh, it's just, you know, just that one cylinder head, you know, pop it on, pour it on. But you got to take all this shit here off to get out of your way, because you know you got these little things down here for these oil tubes and stuff. All them there, all that stuff there has to be, you know, you got to be able to clean all that stuff out. If not, it's just going to leak everywhere. Because right now, you know, it's leaking pretty good here now on some of this other stuff here. But then got the other, you know, got most of the panels off the back, all the panels off the top. Got all that stuff there done. Nowhere on this side here, you know, I got all them panels there off. This, you know, some of this stuff here has to come off. I might not have to take this cooler off, but if it gets in my way, I will. But you can see how it just gets really cram-packed back in there. And when it gets really cram-packed, you know, it don't breathe, you know, and maybe that's what got hot and cracked it, you know, I don't know. But anyways, this oil-cooled, air-cooled engine here, oil-cooled, air-cooled, basically, you know, is how these things here work. But right now I'm in the process of try to see if I can get you guys set up here to where you're not in the nothing in here. I'm trying to make it to where y'all ain't. There you go, pretty good there. But we got this little panel here. So this little thing here on the back is supposed to slide, you know, slide out like that there, and then you can just take this little oil thing here off here. But what I might have to wind up doing is just taking the clips off right here where the turbo is, taking that there off so I can get this out. But it should just, most of the time they'll just slide right out of there, off that little tube there. It'll slide and you can just slide that right out. It's already cracked around this one spot here. I'm just trying to get it out and around here, so it's gonna be a pain. Like I said, it's best if this was a two-piece right here in the middle, it wouldn't be too bad. But the way they got it right in here, I'm gonna take and go up to the truck, and I'm gonna get me a pair of pliers here, and I'll take in pliers, and I'll take this tube here off, and I'll get this plate out, and that way there we can start taking the turbo off, taking the intake horns off, take all this stuff off, and kind of see exactly what's going on over on this side here. All right, guys, I got that tube here off. I had to take both clamps there off and just pull it down like that. So I got that one. Now here I am taking the oil return line off here for the turbo, because we got to pull all that stuff there off. There's that little washers on that one. There's that. Put that back on there. That line there, somebody's creased that line there pretty good at one time. I'm going to put that back in there now, so that's out of the way. I guess I'll go ahead now and start taking this. Hope I can get me an extension there, and we'll start taking this turbo, manifold, get all that stuff there out of the way, and then kind of see what we're working with then. I know a lot of this shit here, guys, ain't tight. They done had this motor rebuilt once. He said somebody rebuilt one or something, and it ran for 5 minutes and blowed up. I don't really know what happened with that. So they wound up having somebody else do something else to it, and just a hell of an ordeal, I can tell you that. That's just like we were putting a used cylinder head on this too, and I don't really agree with that there, but that's just what they said to do, so that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead here and start pulling this intake and this turbo off here, and once I get all that done, I'll show you guys what it looks like after that there. All right, guys, I already got the turbo manifold and all that stuff there off. Now I'm just taking and here, pull this intake here off. It does have a lot of oil. As you can see right there, there's that bolt there that's missing. Okay, got one right there off. Let's see if we can pop this. Okay, make sure I get my washers here. I don't want to lose them. This one here is coming off first. Come on, that one's coming off second. This one coming off third. All right, there's that. The intake. All right. Somebody siliconed the hell out of that, so that all had to be cleaned up. Ow. That's a little like canister breather tube thing. That all had to be cleaned up. Clean all the gunk out of that. Supposed to be an O-ring on that, I believe so. I done took the bolts out of this. Just going to pull this piece here off. Now you can see they're all the way down to the head now. All the way down to the head on this side. So this side here is basically about as far as we got to take this here down. If you kept that oil line right there and set, I might do, well, yeah. When I get it, before I get it all the way put back together, I might cap this, I might cap that oil line there and fire it up just to make sure that there's nothing else with anything else. Because see, we got a lot of oil. There's a lot of oil here, and we got a lot of oil into that and that right there. But then again, that could just be the, that just could be just where the liner, you know, where the piston's been going up and down, and that oil is going past that crack in that cylinder, and it's blowing it out all over the place. It could be more than likely what the problem is. But all these individual heads here, somebody's definitely put all the heads, you know, all them heads have definitely been put back on there. Went to get it, like I said, get it tore apart and see exactly where it's leaking at down inside there. Still gotta get the injectors off of it. We'll at least get that injector off there. I'll get my light here in a minute and see exactly what all we got down inside here. Let's see though, you got that. That's the only thing bad about it is, you know, you got this plate, and that plate there has to come off. Injector return lines. One like I'll have to probably get this. I'll have to wind up getting this oil cooler out for sure. It's stuck, froze up in there. But we have to get that out of there, and then all that surface area there, all that has to be cleaned up. Get all that, you know, get everything has to be cleaned up. Something sucks. My truck's all the way over there. I ain't really got my air hose to really blow everything out. But a lot of, you know, got all that sawdust that's back in there, and you know, all that shit there, it needs to be blowed out. That's what's making it, you know, that's probably what made it, you know, made it hot. All that, you know, all that sawdust and all that debris down inside there. But you can see here, this is where it's cracked in between here on this piston right here is the one that's cracked. But you know, we still got to put all these tubes and stuff. All them have to be put down in there, and you know, for your, because these are your tubes. But down inside your tubes, that's where your push rods, you know, are back and forth, and your cam's running down through here on this side here. So we'll go ahead now and try to get that, try to start concentrating on that other side there, because this is about as far as we can bring it down on this side for now, until we get, you know, get all that there situated out there. So I'll go ahead now and start going on the other side there and start taking all that stuff there apart. Alright guys, let's see if I can get this to sit. I thought that was aluminum. You guys ain't gonna be able to sit in here and see exactly what's going on. That's why I'm trying to. This panel here, that should work. I know y'all ain't up close and personal and seeing what's going on here, but I'm just taking this plate. I got the oil cooler off. Them fucking lines, boy, they were a pain to get off. They were stuck, but you just, you know, put a little bit of stuff in there and just keep wiggling back and forth. You'll eventually get it. That's what I had to do, is put the wrench and just keep working it back and forth. And I was able to get it. As you can see here, you know, we're kind of getting down here to the bare bones on this anyways. Get this plate here off, but more than likely I'm gonna take this plate and I'm gonna have to undo it. I'm gonna have to undo this plate, and then I'll have to take and undo all the injector lines. I have to undo all my injector lines. Because we won't be able to get, don't think we'll be able to slide this out. Maybe, I doubt it though, because just the way this is in here, you know. Got these rubber padding pieces here. These are about to, I mean, it's pretty much falling apart already anyways. This is what I was saying about my air. That damn piece there has done gotten so hot that it done, you know, basically done melted itself to it. But it has to, see right there, we got so hot about melted it. But that has to come off. That's what I'm saying about my air. I really need my air compressor to blow all this stuff out of the way. It's kind of what I need to do, but we'll just make it work, I guess. This little piece here, it'll slide out of here. Go ahead and now we get these injector lines off. This plate here, it's just sitting here. We don't have to worry about. I don't think we're gonna have to take it all the way off. I think it'll be just fine. Oh, these here should take, and we're gonna get, let's see here. Get this one return line here off. Get it out of the way. I could probably get by, well, I just gotta take them, I guess I gotta take them all off now. Because I'll say I really just need to take this one off, but this one back here looks like it's been leaking or something. Something's been going on with it. But yeah, we'll take and get this, get these lines here off, get all these lines here off, and once we get that there, I can start cleaning all that stuff right there out. I need a little shop vac, so I need a little small shop vac. I can shop vac every bit of that up, like a battery powered one. I need to get one of them. That's exactly what I need to do. I need to definitely get me one of those for sure. That way there I could take and suck all this, I could suck a lot of this up and out of my way, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Probably be next on my list, shop vac. I got a little small one up there, but I ain't got enough room on the truck to put it in there. That's the biggest problem. So, alright guys, well, I'm gonna take and get to taking all this panel off, take these injector line stuff off, and then we'll pick up after that. Alright guys, we got all the injector lines, I got all that stuff there done now. Go ahead and taking this little plate here and stuff off. Kind of keep everything over here where it's supposed to be. I really need my air compressor. I mean, I really need to get, a lot of this shit needs to be blowed off before I open up that engine. I know there's a little road over there, back over here where this house is. I might have to go over and ask if I can drive my truck through there. You'd have think they'd have parked it over there in that tall grass. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if I had somebody to hold that line up for me, I'd have it. That power line over there. Then again, still, I hate to get my ass over and get stuck, but like I said, if I could come in off of her over there, I think I'd be okay. So I got to pull the valve cover off. We're getting it, but it's just going to take a little bit. Okay, there's all them now. So yeah, I know you'll come out of there. So you got to have all this, all that there has to come out of there, because you got to be able to go down inside here to get your head bolts and stuff out. But now we got to take the valve cover boxes off. I might try to scrape as much of that stuff off as I can and get some brake parts cleaner or some starting fluid and kind of blow all that stuff out and around and away from it as best I can. But I mean, there's still going to be some dirt that's going to probably get down inside there, in all honesty. I'm gonna go in a truck and see if I got some caps, because I know I got some caps over I can put inside those injectors, and then the injection pump right here, I'm gonna put some caps over top of that because I don't want nothing to get down inside there while I'm going. Then I'll probably just take and probably throw a tarp or something over the top of it until then. But I gotta get that head off there first, because if I don't get that head off, then I'm not gonna know exactly what not gonna know exactly what all I gotta order. I know I gotta have a gasket, but I'm probably gonna wind up getting new head bolts, just because them right there, I know they're gonna be stretched, but I'll see what they want to say. I'd have just put a new head on it, but you know, that's just me. So alrighty guys, well, I'm gonna get to cleaning all this debris and shit out of here, and clean all this mess here up, clean all that mess up there as best I can, and start popping that valve cover off there, and start seeing if we can't get that get them head bolts out, and see if we can't get the head off this thing. Alright guys, we got the little valve covers there off, and then now we're going to pull these plugs out. Should be a copper washer or something on this. See, this here's got a lot of carbon. There's a lot of carbon built up on that plug there, which, you know, it goes right up into here. You know, this is where the exhaust comes out of this one here. This what that one is, and then this in here is going to be the plug on the intake side. Is this one here. I'll take it out and set this back down here. Then we'll have to reach down inside there to pull the other thing out, which you look pretty clean. Like I said, I'm gonna take all these parts back to the shop and put a lot of them in the parts washer. Like all them pieces there, I'll clean all them right there up. All the other stuff, every bit of that'll get cleaned up. So now I'm gonna go up here now and get a longer extension, so I can go ahead and start pulling the intake. So I can start pulling this this head and all that stuff with the rocker arms, or up there, and all that other stuff is up there. So I can go ahead and, like I said, I'll start pulling this head off here and kind of see what's exactly what's going on with it there. I'm gonna clean all that other, like I was telling you, I'm gonna clean all this other stuff here off, get it cleaned up. Down here where everything's gonna come apart. Clean all that off where that head's gonna go, where that head gasket and everything is. I'm gonna try to limit, you know, I don't want nothing to fall down inside that damn engine, so I wanna make sure all that's clean there when I go to take everything apart. So let me take and go ahead now and get my ratchet in my socket. I'll go ahead and pull the head off, and then I'll show you what it's like once you get the head, you know, taken off on the top right there. Alright guys, I'm going to start pulling this apart now. Let that soak in there pretty good. Ow. Man. Get that now. Go over here on my ladder. Let me turn my light on here for you guys so y'all can kind of see what's going on. Alright, there's that one. Okay, there's that one. Go the other side now. Oh. Should have got a shorter damn extension. That long one there ain't really what I needed. That one there really wasn't even that damn tight. Neither was that one. Go ahead and pop this off. Now, alright, there's that one. Get this one here. Oh man, I think it says it's going to start getting cold next week. I think Monday it's going to be down in the 20s or the 30s. I don't know. They said something. My brother, he said something about me running the crane truck, so I don't really know. This head here, it's done popped up here. Here we go. This one here should come up. What the thing on this right here, guys, is on the other side. I'm gonna go back to the other side here and I'll show you. On the other side there, you got those little rods over there, and they kind of hold pressure on that one side there. They were stuck down there, but I got them out of there now. Ow, that hurt. Those spring things right here, guys, they go down inside there. I don't know if you can see them. Let me move you over here. But like I said, this is where, you know, you got oil and like so your push rods go down there. So you got these little these springs here. They're actually really fucking tight. And when you got this up here, the head and everything, you can see here, this is this head here where, you know, the injector and the valve springs and all that there, and then you got the casing here. So I guess you would consider calling this a liner, maybe. Is what you would consider calling that. Would be a liner. I'm trying to think here where I can get you guys set up here. I really want to get you set up, but then again, I don't know if you. It's kind of hard for you guys to see there because you're up close on it, so close. Let me see, I can't really back you up enough because there's really nowhere to back you up at. I guess I could get Get this out of the way here. That's about the best I can do for you guys, is right there on that there. See if I can get this. Only problem is I just don't want to run out. You got them two springs, them right there. That's fine. That's normal. They will come out of there. Get this tube here out of there, just like that. There's nothing to be alarmed about. Go ahead and pull this on up. I will take this on out. I'll set this over here, out of the way. This part here should still be fine. Nope, it's cracked. It's cracked right there. So this is no count. It's cracked. So that one there, guys, is cracked. Bigger than shit. That one there I'll show you guys here in just a second. Once I get this here, set these tubes here just like that. And then on this one right here, we'll pull these here. Yeah, see these little rod things here? They'll just sit right there. So we'll make sure we keep that stuff over to there. And it's a good thing the piston is up pretty good right there, but it cracked the whole piece here, guys. I don't know, can you guys see that? You can see that little crack. Let me get my light here. You guys now see, y'all can see there. See that crack all the way down that piston? All the way down through there, it got cracked. It just got super hot. That's the problem with this. It just got so damn hot that it couldn't do nothing no more. I get this. Get it pulled up here. It's got to come out. I might have to wind up rotating the engine because I need that piston up as high as I can get it. So I can get, you know, the rod and everything out of there, because that's the way you got to put them back in there. It's actually up pretty good. It might come all the way out. Almost here. Let's see here. See, I'm so worried, guys, because all this fucking dirt and shit's gonna get down in that engine, and that's what I don't like. That's why I wish I had my fucking air. I'll clean all that stuff there out. All that shit there will come out. I'll clean all that out. Okay. I almost got it up. Almost. I think that right there I can get that. I'll get a snap ring now, guys, and I'll pull that. I'll get that snap ring now and I'll pull that piston the rest of the way out there. Let me grab a set of snap ring pliers. Alright, guys, got the snap ring now. See if I can work this back and forth here. There it goes. Alright, guys, here we go. Got it out here now. Okay, well that's in there. Alrighty, guys, there it is, sitting all the way down now. Try to take in. Really need to inspect that other one, but that's basically, you know, I mean, I couldn't have got no better. Because it's actually in a really good spot. So when I go to put the other one down, I'll clean all that there out. All these little oil galleys, I'm gonna clean all them out, especially right here where there's a that right there. But other than that, they're always just what I do is I always just put my I'll put my, you know, my wrist pin, I'll put everything back together just like this right here. I don't know for sure if the piston's hurt or not, or the rings. I gotta kind of see, you know, see that scarring? See how it's scarring it up right there? As far as down inside here, let's see what it looks like down in here. Yeah, see, it cracked it. Not all the way, but it got pretty good. I mean, there's some really good hitch lines, you know, in that. But I don't know. I had to see what they, I'll have to see exactly what they say, you know, and just go from there. It feels kind of rough down inside there, but it's just gonna be a lot of cleaning. I gotta clean a lot of stuff up. Yeah, see down inside there, you can see right down in there where it did, but you can really see that crack in that liner, or jug, you should say. But that piston there, it's got a lot of markings on that piston. I'll have to see exactly what that. Some writing in there says STD, Blue Fist. Okay. More than likely, I think that's what that's showing me here is it's saying that that's the way that the this was on the front side, and that's exactly the way that the piston, if I ain't mistaken, that's the way it should roll. It should roll, you know, should go straight out towards the front side. But we'll get it all checked out here and go ahead now here and, you know, check everything out. Check this other one out while I've got it here, just to see exactly what's, you know, exactly going on with it. I don't know why this one cracked. My guess is, in all honesty, make sure we check these shims too, guys. You got to make sure, see how many shims this has. See these shims here. We'll have to mic them shims to make sure when we put this back together, you know, we got the same amount of shims in there. Because, I mean, if it ain't got the right amount of shims, it's not going to hit exactly to where it's supposed to be at. So we'll make sure we get the shims there. I'll mic them and see exactly where, you know, exactly where they're at. And we'll just, we can just go from there and see how things pan out here. I'm going to go ahead now and start picking some of my stuff here up, kind of get everything situated out. And I got to call the guy because they've got the used piston. And I'm gonna go ahead and see what he says about that used piston, because really this is kind of like the head gasket here. Basically, is what this right here is. It's just them shims. So I'm gonna see what kind of shape his is in, and then I can kind of go from there and, you know, see what's going on. So I'll keep you guys posted when we start putting this thing back together.